Good day, boys and girls. This is your homie Drew Blue coming in with another Vibe Out Sesh. Man, I've been waiting for a long time to play this, but finally we can do it. This is, I want to say probably, but more likely, definitely, my favorite project released by my favorite rapper, Minneapolis native Nikko Lafre. This project is called Troubled Soul, Blame the City, and I say it is a work of masterpiece from beginning to end. I love each and every single track that's in this album. My only complaint is I wish there was more. Die-hard Nikko Lafre fans will feel me on this one, because this is the last last project that the man himself, released, until I want to say a couple years later he drops a 5-track EP, and then he goes on to drop another 4-track EP. But yeah, as far as like a major project where you have at least 10 tracks or more, this is definitely the last time he's dropped one on his own accord. Now I managed to group up, because after this project he definitely dropped a lot of loosies out there, like a lot of just joints just here and there from time to time. I managed to do a recollection of them and properly titled it Dear Demisha. We will definitely play that project for the next episode, but definitely for this episode I want to focus on this masterpiece. And man, I tell you, what a crazy, not a crazy, but it's just a weird kind of situation. So let me give you this straight up. After MPLS released, he was teasing the next project to be titled Guilty of Dedication, which, as you noticed, never came through. He did drop a few songs in there, and then, never kind of said anything. And of course, those tracks that he dropped that he ended up not ever adding to his next project, of course, added up into the EP, called it Guilty of Dedication, The Lost Files. You see that in episode 3. I'll post the link below so that way you can check that out in case you missed out on it. But out of the blue, out of nowhere, he decided to call this and just rehash a new project and call this Troubled Soul, Blame the City. But other than that, man, sudden out of the blue changes into names, artworks, and and most of the tracks, really, because he definitely did release a good amount of tracks that he said was going to be on his next big project. But you still got the same quality of Nikko Lafre, if not better. And man, I cannot tell you, he stepped up his game. Like, compared to MPLS, this was definitely a good step in the right direction for Nikko. So without further ado, let's get into this masterpiece. And the first track we're gonna start with is the intro titled Odd Dreams. So we're gonna cut the chat and let's vibe in.
Perspective, cause all the shit that's heard is said could all be so deceptive. Niggas change for some money, but that's well expected. Cause niggas fake, but to the real boy, I'm well respected. Cause they see me in them trenches back when shit was tough. I'm sleeping on the floor to walking on them Persian rugs. I told my mama I'ma make it, got a kiss and hug, and left her by the state to hit the east. That's why I met the plug. He told me young and mood is dope, and I'ma get you right. The type of nigga that can say the word and get you ice. But catching bodies, niggas told me that it get you life. That's why I keep some money on them shoulders that is sacrifice. They own freedom to see me living in peace. That niggas trying to hit me, they wanna see me deceased. Was fucking with a label, but told them grant the release, cause they ain't fully trust the vision and never gave me belief that they was down the ride. So now I'm rocking independent, gold rose the collective, rose gold on the pen. I still can't believe it, man, this shit is surreal. Young niggas with all dreams, word of Johnny, yo, these niggas for real. Was talking to my nigga Johnny last week on the church, man. Dog put me on game by all these this shit. I let them know we rocking this way for life. Sodi till I OD. Believe that.
Huh, I wonder if it died. I think so. What a blazer intro, man. Like, usually I do an A-side, B-side segment, but just due to the fact there are 18 tracks on this deluxe edition, that's the one we're playing. Not the free mixtape that he allowed at first to be downloaded, because man, there was definitely a few songs that he added on that just really, really solidified this project. But what a blazing intro. I mean, he starts off talking about, having just odd dreams about doing something that he never thought was really in his reach. But of course, when you got the hustle and the motivation to get up on your ass and do something, man, it can be reached, man. You just have to believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. But I like at the end where he showed some love. He gave a little shout out to Johnny Rain about, basically him showing him the ropes and the ways of working the game. And that's fucking cool though. Especially at the end where he's like, I'm OD till I'm OD. Like, that's total love that he's showing out there. And man, that gets me bumped, because if you remembered in the earlier episode, I've been saying in these past videos, really, because I've only been covering Nikko Lafre so far. I am definitely looking forward to not just more collabs between these two guys, Nikko Lafre and Johnny Rain, but I want to see these two get together, hibernate in the studio for about a month or two and just come out with the bomb ass project. Call it a mixtape, an album, whatever. Let it be something that just destroys, everyone's mindset of what a rap and R&B album should sound like. I wanted to definitely live up to the hype that the Jay-Z and R. Kelly collab should have had to, and I wanted to top over the Fan of a Fan mixtape, the first one that Tyga and Chris Brown did, because we all know how crazy, how big of a impact that mixtape was back when it was first released, other than Chris Brown swearing for the first time, like, tracks on there were like, so that's kind of what I'm hoping from those guys. But otherwise, this was a dope ass intro. Like, this would be my favorite track if it wasn't for the 17 other tracks that comes with it that really puts up a fight. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I did a top 10 intro, top 10 favorite intros of all time, this would be in it. Cause just the music production alone is just amazing, dude. Like, K-Beatz stepped up his game big time. The reverbs of not only the synths, the 808 vibrating. I don't know if you guys felt that. Like, that was amazing, man. Just the kind of, he makes the kind of beats or sounds that really just, if you was to be on drugs and be on a trip, like, this is the shit you need to fucking play, because you feel like you're in the middle of a fucking thunderstorm cloud or some shit. And I fucks heavy with that shit, man. Fuck. But no, definitely this is a dope ass track. The guitar at the end, which, at first I didn't know, but was surprising to know that it was Nikko Lafre who was playing the guitar. Hey, you'd be surprised what artists can do these days, man. This brother can play a damn guitar, and man, he can hit some tunes like at the end. Man. Like, solid work. Solid 2-minute track, man. This tells you that he's leveled up, man. This track right here, it's like, hearing this track for the first time was like watching Goku go in Super Saiyan for the first time against Frieza. Let me put it that way. You already knew he was rock solid, but then he just went into another level you never thought he would go into. Like, never came into your mind. That's what this track really felt like. That's how much of an impact it has on me. Without further ado, let's get on to track number 2. And this one is titled TTINM, which is an acronym for Tell Them I Need More. This is my B-side track of this project, and you're gonna find out why.
To them people with pride and Black Panthers. It seems that we're the ones that despise and can't stand us. That's why them kids ready to ride and blow hammers. Blacks kill blacks, cause this shit is preconditioned. Try to tell it to the man, but it seems he'll never listen. I just say I'm hypocritical and let him play the victim. Like I'm supposed to just accept that I'm devalued by the system. But then again, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just another nigga too concerned about his freedom and rights. Maybe this world was only meant for the whites. Maybe the reason I'm alive is just so I can live this less of a life. To walk the streets and leave his people in fright. Them bags and wallets, man, they clutching them tight. They think I'm leaving their mic. Got me a gun all night to do them harm in broad day of the night. But real killers, they'll never indict. It's just confusing, man, I'll never get it. You hate the race, but you imitate the culture, which is foolish, cause you ain't never lived it. But you ain't never paid the hood a visit. But think you know it, cause the shit you hear about it in the niggas' lyrics. You spread that hate to try to kill the spirits of all my brothers and my sisters out in public. Hear the whispers, call us thugs, call us niggas, but it'll never affect us. Then they say they respect us, but they don't. More proof, less lies, more truth. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Trayvon, Mike Brown, him too. And man, it could have been me, cause I could never be you, no. No shit, all facts, I'm just being honest. And both them brothers had a plan to one day go to college. Yeah, they had a future, but never had a chance. Now look at Darren Wilson, who's still a free man. With blood on his hands, it's blood on the leaves. They're shooting niggas down, it's blood on the streets. From black bodies, so pack shotties and keep a pistol. Cause it's official, we at war with the law officials. Yeah, it's clear as crystal, they're trying to end a nigga. Cause I refuse to follow suit and make my own agenda. If you ain't racist, then I'm hoping this shit don't offend you. Cause if you do, then it just shows you another pretender. Acting like he got love for the people. I ain't saying that we better, man, I'm saying that we equal. And I'm sick of seeing 12 killing niggas like it's legal. Then the judges let them walk, so I guess it is legal. And I guess I ain't peaceful cause I stand for a cause. And got the nerve to use my voice to say the system is flawed. While these other niggas settle for a simple facade, like the money and bras, but
Man, that track. Look, real facts, man. Real shit. I'm just being honest. Sorry, y'all. I think my backlight's off right now, so I'm gonna see if I can get that fixed, because I need that shit to work, man. Gotta get my lights working, bro. But now, as you notice, this is why my B-side track of the list. I didn't even think so damn early, right? But no, listen. You gotta give it when you gotta give it. Like when someone is the clear cut winner for that prize, you gotta give it. And that's what this track gets, man, because that is some of the realest shit I've motherfucking ever heard. Alright? Now, so there is a lot of outspoken rappers out there. If you have spoken and, you know, talked about stuff like this, man, on a deep level and scale, and really come out of it without, you know, sounding biased or just sounding heated. The fuck are you looking at, woman? Now I know what EDP feels like. But at least she smiled back as soon as I looked back at her. But you know what though? He has an excuse. Cause he's just got a phone hooked up. I got lights on. So people are gonna be like, what the fuck is he doing with the lights on, right? But no, look. And the reason why I shot as fuck was cause what he said was fucking true. Like, but it fucking sting, cause I feel the same fucking way. I'm tired of seeing 12 putting bullets and killing niggas, you know. And then of course they get off. The part that pisses me off the most is that they get off in court like it's fucking legal. Like, God, jeez, I feel bad for this woman in Cleveland, I believe, where she had her 5-year-old son fucking shot and killed by a police officer who has mental issues and was discharged. But now the Cleveland police operations want to bring him back. I'm sorry, that for lack of better terms, I'm gonna say operation, but yeah, they want to fucking bring him back and reinstate him, which is ridiculous when he fucking killed a 5-year-old kid. And I should tell you, a 5-year-old African-American boy. She started a petition. I found this out because it was on change.org, you know, the website where you could vote for petitions and stuff like that. And of course, there is a lot of rising votes coming on to help petition for this man not to be elected back into being an officer on duty, because he's not fit. I mean, who the fuck shoots a 5-year-old boy and gets, I mean, how does he not serve time and shit? I think he did serve time, I'm not sure. I was reading the whole article, but I was heated. That line pisses me off. Why would you shoot a 5-year-old boy? Why? It's fucking stupid, man. Shit, I got recently pulled over a month ago by fucking 2 cops. The guy who ticketed me was a fucking awkward ass white dude. And I hate to use race cards, but really, and I'm not gonna even say white, he was Caucasian. Alright? Because the way I see it, it's not about race or skin color, it's about culture. And this fucking coward was pissing me off, dude. Fucking showing lights on the fucking, he was coming around here through the the passenger side, flashing lights, and I'm like, I already got my window open. At the time, I forgot to turn on my lights, but my window was open, and I pulled it down. And of course, they gotta fucking bring 3 squad cars to pull me over. Why? Simple, because the man accused me of, 1, not having my headlights on, which when they pulled me over, I did have them all, and 2, because I crossed the white line at a stop sign, even though I came to a full stop. And of course, he write me a citation, so I gotta go to court on August. But that's not the biggest issue. When I was complaining about it, apparently another officer came by, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" "I'm right here, officer." He's like, "No, you gotta talk to him. He's the one that's ticketing you." Motherfucker is right here. I don't even see his fucking face. I'll try to roll down the window to talk to him, and this motherfucker tells me, "Hey, keep your hands where I can see him, or else I'm gonna pull you to the back." I'm like, how the fuck do you expect me to talk to this guy if he got me fucking, tied up here for no reason? So that's what my issue was. And it was done because, I couldn't even think straight when this guy is threatening to pull me in the back, get me on my fucking car, probably find a reason to arrest me. For what? Because I'm in a confused position where I don't know what the hell's going on? And I'll tell you the reason why they pulled me over. When I came over to the gas station, I had my driver's side window down. And at the time, I didn't have my headlights on, but as soon as I got onto the street, I turned it on. It happens. The officer ended up being, for me being heated, he kind of realized the situation, calmed down a little bit, and, just talked to me and shit. But I still didn't like the attitude. I told him, this is crazy. I've been pulled over here, and I've been pulled over in Arizona. Cops aren't like that. But this guy goes, well, you're not in Arizona. I'm like, duh, fool. I'm trying to make a point that you guys are fucking going beyond the point of, being police officers. You guys are fucking just attacking me like I'm a fucking terrorist. But, and this is all for just because of a headlight situation, and me accidentally missing. It wasn't even that big of a fucking deal. Look, I've been caught speeding 10, 15 miles per hour. Cops will let me go with a warning. I'll show them proper behavior. And it's always the same thing. I've been pulled over 10 times. I know what it's like being treated by a respectable cop. A cop then follows, by law and does his shit right. This asshole? No. I want to come around with a flashlight and everything. Act like I'm got a dead body in my fucking car. Yeah, I had a lot of shit in my car at the time. It is what it is. I just moved fucking here, to a different state. And then, he wants to act like, I don't know, dude. Like, he's gonna bust a homicide case or some shit. It's always some racist shit here. But, anyways, that's definitely a situation that definitely needs to be worked out. Just how, like, some of the police officers, the way they carry themselves, even if it's at nighttime. Show a little bit respect, damn it. You're not dealing with a criminal on the opposite side, all right? Yeah, you don't know who it is on the other side yet. You don't know if he's a criminal or not, but you shouldn't assume naturally that he's gonna be a criminal. If he's trying to understand the situation, if he's upset, tell him. You gotta be the person that's calm. You can't be fucking yelling back at him and try to threaten him to arrest him or whatever. You gotta be the calm person and tell him to calm down. If he calms down and politely deals with things, we can deal that way. This cop didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Pissed me off. Can't believe I wasted, well, I don't want to say wasted, but like, man, just thinking about that situation really gets me lit, guys. In fact, I yelled so fucking loud, a lady looked over and was like, what the fuck? But no, what Nikko spat on here was real shit, man. Real fucking shit. But, damn. Nah, it's just that track really does hit the heart, man. Because I really relate to that shit. And not just because I'm black. Even though it's a shame that I have to say it like that. But it's just the way criminal profiling works, It's not on blacks, dude. It's on minorities. And I'm not talking about, like, skin color really specifically. Even though you can say it can be that way. But it's about culture, man. It's how you carry yourself. Look, I could have my Raiders beanie. I could be fucking wearing a t-shirt and shorts and some J's, man. Chilling, relaxing. To them, they think I got something on me. Why? Because I'm wearing relaxed clothing? Or do you think because I'm wearing like something nice and relaxing that I'm just a lazy motherfucker that's not gonna do shit? How would you know? That's why I don't like that. The judgment profiling that they do. The prejudgment. Before you even go and talk to the person, like, at least do things civilized. Don't fucking treat me like I'm a criminal. Like, what the fuck are you fucking flashing my car for? I get it. If you gotta do it through the window, through the driver's side to see my face. But if I'm already here presenting myself to you, why the fuck you gotta go around my car and look at me? And look around. You don't need to do that, especially if you're the ticketing officer. Apparently that's the thing now. If you're the ticketing officer, you're the one that should be fucking talking to me here. At least if you're gonna have somebody do that, that's what I was pissed about, but the cop didn't get it right here. I was pissed because they weren't doing things what should have been done. He's like, no, what are you talking about? Or he was like, what was he saying? He's like, we don't have to do things that way. And I tried to ask him his badge number. He's like, no, I don't have to give you that. And I think his badge, he later told me it was 998. But I want to fucking, I do want to press charges though. I mean, for sure I gave them a birdie after I left, but they definitely deserve more than that. Fuck all this, guys. I'm sorry to depress you with this fucking background story about cops, but that shit really pissed me off. Let's get into this wonderful mixtape, and I just want to give credit to Nikko, because look, you don't get emotions riled up like that by making a song. That means he served his purpose with that. And also, kudos to Johnny Rain, who had a nice vocal performance at the end of the half of the track. That definitely was popping. Yeah, I apologize I forgot to mention that as a feature, but yeah, it was a nice twist, and kind of gave the track a little bit of a refreshing change going into after that depressing but truthful 3 minutes of reality, man. But we're gonna move on to track 3. This title's track is called Lord Knows, and it features Maria Simone. Enjoy, y'all. Oh, for the record, I'm gonna be on the road driving, so sorry, I'm gonna play this over again so you guys can really hear. But for the record, I'm gonna be on from this point on until I get to my destination, I'm gonna be on the road, so hopefully you guys won't mind if the camera kind of, vibrates a little bit and shit, but be assured, you're still gonna get high quality reaction, baby. Alright, let's see if I played this shit right.
Lacking faith and losing hope, and all this rapping shit is when I started moving dope and masking up to ride them niggas that I knew was ballin'. Cause mine was broken, so in debt she had them people calling, trying to collect it while telling me she expected for me to go on to college on scholarships I accepted, to play Division 1 till the injuries intercepted. My chance to make it out, now I'm thugging and living reckless, damn. And I still wish I could've took the safe route, cause now I'm left with hiding peas in a safe house. And Lord knows I got some shit I gotta pray about, cause I did things that I ain't got too much to say about. And if I did, I get that lethal injection, 30 caliber draws, and that's just for my protection. Cause some niggas was scheming and I was fighting with demons. Reminiscing them days I ain't had shit to believe in, man. things ain't go the way that I had first planned, but it was God's plan. And who am I to question his intentions? Been through hell, but still I count my blessings. Cause I learned some lessons only the streets could teach me. And looking back, it seemed at times only the streets could reach me. Cause I ain't trust a soul, and friends that turn to foes. Was getting by getting high, cause I was at my lows. That gun was at my side, that pain was in my eyes. My nigga died, his mama cried, and so did I inside. Cause he was like my brother, and now he on them shirts. Them boys that killed him, and I plan to put them all in dirt. And leave they people hurt, so they could know my pain. My heart was cold, but Lord knows I ain't the one to blame. Nah, blame the city. Really deep track, man. This is where Nikko really is just kind of raining a lot of his like painful thoughts about his upbringings in the city of Minneapolis. And really, man, he goes on track and record saying that, you know, for all the wrongs and the sins and everything he's done, like my cold-heartedness, all this shit, Lord knows he can't put this shit on me. My troubled soul, I'm gonna put that blame on the city. So that's where basically the track title kind of comes from. Like, this song supports the reasoning behind the track title, or not the track title, but the album title in general. But no, like, it's deep, man. He says, Lord knows that I had to fucking sin. And what I mean by sin, like, you know, I gotta sling, I gotta fucking, just to survive, man. Gotta hang around fucking goons and shit. Like, just him living that troubled life. He pretty much, he's saying that Lord knows I had to do this because of this, you know, the environment that I grew up in, you know, the city lifestyle. Like, that's just what I knew and all I knew. So that's basically what this track kind of covers up, though. But like, don't get me wrong, he definitely puts it in a more of a artistic portrayal, like talking about one of his friends dying, you know, his mama crying and him crying beside him, and, you know, being cold-hearted and looking for revenge, and, you know, busting a couple shells on the niggas who did the fucking killing. But nah, like, shout out to Maria too for like the hook, because she killed it. And I like that the vocal effect they did on her voice too, because it was sick. And then the piano I don't know if you heard that little piano, like in the high key notes. Like, that shit was cool with the beat. It really helped set up the, you know, the depressing but sexy. I know that's a weird way to put it, but the depressing but sexy tone of this beat and instrumental, like, it really helped solidify it. But also, you could just feel the pain too. Like, you could just feel sorrowness. And the lyrics really just puts, like, the word choice, his diction was just what solidified this track. That's what I gotta say for this song. For track 4, the next one, this one's titled She Know, and
definitely a favorite collab of his. Past the yellow. Yes. Cool. But a favorite collab of Nikko's that he loves to call on has come back to help him sing on the hook, and that's none other than Minneapolis native True Love. So yeah, these two Minneapolis kids are back at it again on She Knows.
She said she don't need a man, but she want one. And I won't be the man in the long run. So tell that other man I'm the wrong one. Choppers going blam if he on one. Oh yeah, she know.
Yeah.
Cause that's my bitch, it ain't your bitch, it ain't his bitch. Oh yeah, she know. I don't play around if he stay around, then I lay him down. Oh yeah, she know. Been fucking on this since way back. It's good, man, so good. I start saying shit I can't take back when I'm deep in it. Slow strokes, I'm sleep in it. Shorty told me that's my pussy, no other man, just me in it. So who the fuck is this new nigga? Walk around talking about he fucking my bitch. While I'm out of town getting show money, when I'm back around, I'm gon' flip. That 40 cal on my hip, so the fuck shit, I'm still for it. You fuck around, what's mine, boy, you gon' fuck around and get killed for it, okay? Now she calling me to explain. Going on and on about that and this when I was like, she's trying to place blame on the lifestyle and this fame. I was blessed with it, she's left with it. Learned about it from stepping out with some next bitch in that wreck shit. I'm like, damn. She said she don't need a man, but she want one.
Ooh, man, now that's some deep shit right there. So Nikko's talking about his upbringing, about his fame, and basically how, like, because of how much attention he's getting, the girl that he's with is basically, you know, cheating on him on the low, and he finds out a word about it, and basically, you know, sends a warning like, you're fucking with a real one. You want to go ahead and keep fucking with my girl? I'm gonna go ahead and fuck a pistol up your fucking mouth and blow your fucking casket off. That's basically what that verse was saying right there, man. But like, it's kind of deep when he says like, oh, the reason why she did that was because she figured he was gonna do it to him, you know, he was gonna cheat on her eventually, because with another, you know, he was gonna have, because of all his fucking fame, he's gonna have another bitch hop in the whip and fucking show off and shit. But you know, it's kind of like that conflict about having that celebrity life and then trying to have a relationship at the same time. Like, it's really tough unless you both are celebrities. It's kind of like, there are people that made that shit, you know, there are exceptions to this list and made this thing work, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit is deep, guys, because really, like, when you're on the other end, you know, you're the one that's in a relationship with a celebrity, but you know, nobody knows who you are, you know, kind of like Aisha Curry. Then you tend to worry about your significant other and hoping if they're being loyal